Hey guys, so just a little bit of an update of what is going on with the Super Rugby at the moment, how the domestic leagues are going to look and all that type of stuff. So last night I made a whole video on how the domestic competition will work and how it will be set apart from all the other competitions and how it will link up to the Super Rugby. Just to find out this morning over a cup of coffee that that has also been suspended. Yeah, that's the biggest news at the moment with the Super Rugby. So let's get into the story. South African rugby, New Zealand rugby, and then Rugby Australia were trying to kind of get a competition going again in 2020 for the Super Rugby season and at least get some game time for most of their franchises in order to get some revenue and to avoid doing the pay cuts that the European clubs have started with. Plans were in place with most of the countries to have a domestic type of competition running that would somehow link up with the Super Rugby season. For Australia and New Zealand, both of them basically had their tournament already finalized. Both of them were looking to start it in 3 or 4 April basically, and have a home and away round robin type of competition going. With the Western Force replacing the Sunwolves in the Australian competition because the Sunwolves were expected not to partake in that competition because of the travel restrictions in Australia, and it also would have been behind closed doors in closed venues, but all of that has changed now. It is basically out of the window again because of the suspension of both of these two countries of more rugby in their countries. Basically, Australia and New Zealand, they are in a lockdown situation at the moment. New Zealand, their teams have to stop training as well now, and the mid-year tests for the All Blacks are also hanging in the balance. This is after the Crusaders, Chiefs, and Highlanders were already in self-isolation, and the Blues were told they can't go home to their home headquarters. So that was a lot of things building up to for the New Zealanders so that they can't have their competition going ahead now, especially the lockdown situation. Then the Australians, they say their tournament is now postponed for another month. Maybe in 1 May they are going to try again to relaunch the tournament to kind of see in a month from now where the rugby situation is, how it looks in their country, if it is possible to play any sport again. South Africa were already kinda in that situation. All rugby was already suspended till the end of April by the South African rugby president Mark Alexander. But the SA Rugby CEO Yuri Roo did say there were plans underway for a domestic restructuring of the Super Rugby for four franchises of the Super Rugby to partake in it, with the Bulls, the Lions, and the Sharks and the Stormers partaking in that. The Bulls and the Lions were still in self-isolation. They're still in self-isolation till 30th of March. All of them have negative results though for the virus, so that's good. They also plan to bring in the Pro 14 guys as well, the Cheetahs and the Kings, to get game time for them as well. And then a couple of provincial sides as well from the Currie Cup, so probably guys like the Griquas and the Pumas. This was basically to have an effort going to get all the franchises, all the teams and provincial teams some game time this year, but it is a difficult one because no one really knows how things are going to develop over the next month or so. So effectively, them saying till the end of April is a good decision in my books. For the rest of the tournaments also being suspended in the other countries, in New Zealand and Australia, I think it's the right decision as well. I can't see it going ahead anytime soon. The Super Rugby is probably hanging in the balance at the moment. I do see the tournament probably being scrapped at the end of this month. If it doesn't continue, we'll probably not see more Super Rugby. Let me know your thoughts on what you think they should have done. If you think this is the right decision, it probably is. I can't see how else they could have went about things. Then some other news, I am planning some other videos this week, just some lighter videos just to get some rugby content out or some interesting things that I always think about. Yeah, so check that out if it is linked up here by that time. And then also I'm trying to do a live video some time, some night, probably through this week or on the weekend. I'm just trying to figure out what time, probably 6 p.m. or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you maybe have a better time, or you can think of some better reason for a better time. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys are still staying calm without any rugby. It is a bad one. There isn't even chess on anymore. So yeah, enjoy your week further, guys. Cheers.